Good morning, everybody. This is my first class of the online due to the lockdown caused due to the virus COVID-19. Okay, so here we start our first class. So we start with the lesson 5. Okay, now take out your books. Okay, open the chapter 5. Okay, the name of the chapter is, what is the name of the chapter? Periodic classification of the elements. Okay, have you opened up? Yeah, now say with a small introduction for the chapter, what is there written in the first paragraph? It is a very simple, just you have to remember one thing only, that among all the elements, the total number of elements available is 118. Okay, among that 98 is naturally occurring. Okay, so this is what is written in the introduction part. So now it was after the discovery of all these elements, 118 elements, it was a big task among the scientists that were available at that time, that how to remember these elements, how to remember their physical and chemical properties, because all these elements, they differ in their physical and chemical properties. So all scientists tried. Okay, few got success and few were faced with the failures. So we will go through it one by one. The earliest classification that all the scientists did were dividing all these elements into broadly 3 groups. Number 1 was metal, second was non-metal, and third was metalloids. Okay, so these were the 3 broad classification. Initially it was done. What is it? Metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Okay, in the lower classes we have already gone through that, what are metals, non-metals, and metalloids. Okay, so now we start with the various classifications. Okay, before going into this, we know 2 small concepts related to the elements. Okay, related to atom. One is the atomic number and the other is the atomic mass. Okay, so what is atomic number and what is atomic mass? Okay, so we know about the subatomic particles. The subatomic particles are electron, proton, and neutron. Okay, what is that subatomic particles? Electron with a negative charge, proton with a positive charge, and neutron with a no charge. Okay, so atomic mass. Atomic mass refers to the sum of the protons and neutrons. Okay, so atomic mass refers to the total number of protons and neutrons that is surrounding inside the nucleus. And atomic number. Atomic number is the number of protons in an atom. Okay, and this number of protons and the number of electrons in an atom are same. So many times if we know the number of electrons in an atom, we can say the atomic number of that element. Okay, this was the basic introduction for about atomic mass and atomic elements. Okay, now we come to the classifications. So open the first page and we will find the first classification was given by Daubonnier. Okay, so Daubonnier, it is known as the Daubonnier's triad. Triad means 3. So what he did, he also arranged the elements according to their atomic masses, increasing order of their atomic masses. And in a group, he selected 3 elements only. Okay, and he selected such a way that the first element and the third element. Okay, so first element and the third element, the sum of their atomic masses, if we divide with 2, will be the roughly around the atomic mass of the second element. Okay, so what the lines he read, you can find in the books, that he tried to arrange the elements with similar properties into a group, and he identified some groups having 3 elements each. So he called this as a triad. So Daubonnier showed that when the 3 elements in a triad were written in the order of increasing atomic masses, the atomic number of the middle element was roughly the average of the atomic masses of both the elements. Okay, you can refer to the table 5.1 and 5.2. One example I will show. So one of the triad was with lithium, sodium and potassium. Okay, the atomic mass of lithium is 6.9, sodium is 23 and potassium is 29. Okay, now if we add these two elements, 6.9 and 29, how much you get? 6.9 plus 29. Okay, what is the total you are getting? Have you added? Sorry, it is 39. Okay, so it is around 45.9. So 45.9 when you divide, it will come around 22.99 something like that. So it is roughly around 23. Okay, so this is about the Dobonius triad. Okay, if you go with the other elements, other two groups, you will find also the same pattern following. It is not exactly the atomic mass of the middle one, but it is roughly around, it will be very close to that figure. Okay, now the major drawback for Dobonier. The major drawback for Dobonier was that among that existing elements, there were around 56 elements existing at that time. He could only arrange 3 groups. 3 groups means only 9 elements. So among those existing elements, only 9 elements he could have arranged. So this is, we cannot say it as a success. So this was kept aside. Nobody followed this pattern. Clear? So this is about the Dobonius triad. Now next topic you will find, next topic is about one more classification, that is Newland's law of octave. Okay, so kindly look into it, it's point 5.1.2, Newland's law of octave. Now octave is what? Octave refers to the musical notes. Musical notes, as you know, in Hindi we know that sa re ga ma. So 7 notes are there. In English also, if you go, it is do re mi. So 7 notes are there. So after that, those musical persons, they can understand better that sa re ga ma pa da ni. Then after that it comes again sa. Okay. If you calculate, again the 8th note comes as the sa. So what Newland tried to arrange? He tried to arrange the elements again same in the increasing of their atomic masses. And then what he found? He found that every 8th element is the repetition of the first element in their physical and chemical properties. So kindly refer to table 5.3. 5.3 if you refer, see, you can see the table 5.3. Here it is clearly given the first element is hydrogen, second one is lithium, barium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. These are the 7 elements he arranged according to the increasing order of the atomic masses. Now what he found, the 8th element from hydrogen is fluorine. Okay, and fluorine and hydrogen, they resemble in properties. So if we come down the group, that fluorine is the 8th element for hydrogen. Okay, then your chlorine is the 8th element for fluorine. So this chlorine, fluorine, hydrogen, they resemble in properties. Okay, so the first group what we have in the Newland's law of octave is, first element is hydrogen, second one is fluorine and third one is chlorine. Okay, so these all resemble in properties, and fluorine is the 8th element to hydrogen, chlorine is 8th element to the fluorine. Okay, similarly the second period we have is with lithium, sodium and potassium. Okay, this one we have seen in the Dobonius triad also, they form a group. So sodium resembles with lithium, potassium also resembles with sodium, and if we count, they are the 8th element to each other. So similarly he tried to arrange certain groups. Okay, almost around 56 elements he arranged in his table. Okay, So now the sentence what it reads, if you see that if I read few of the lines, that he arranged again that elements in the increasing order of the atomic masses, and then what did he did, he compared this to the law of octaves, and then it is known as the Newland's law of octave. Okay, the properties, you can see the properties of lithium and sodium, they are same. Okay, potassium with sodium same, and this group also. Similarly, you can find the other elements also. Okay, this was his achievement, and then yes, indeed it was a good achievement at that time. He could have arranged easily 56 elements. Okay, now again we come with the drawback, or what we say as the limitations. There were three major limitations to the Newland's law of octave. Okay, there were three limitations. Okay, limitation number one, if you study the table clearly, okay, you will find that till calcium, okay, till calcium everything follows according to him. Okay, till calcium everything follows with him, but after that, after calcium, the elements did not obey the properties. Okay, so chromium does not resemble with aluminium, manganese does not resemble with phosphorus, nitrogen, etc. So till calcium it was okay, but after that the elements does not follow the properties. Okay, this was the first limitation. Okay, the second limitation. Okay, the second limitation was that in his table, if you see properly, that he didn't left any place. He arranged 56 elements and he did not leave any gap into the table. Expecting, what was his conclusion? That in near future no more elements could be discovered. He believed that only 56 elements that discovered will be there. No more discoveries will be there. That means, in other words, we can say he didn't left any place for any new discoveries. That was his second limitations. Okay. And the last one is that he placed few elements. You can find the 2-3 places. He placed few elements, like you can find cobalt and nickel. Cobalt and nickel he placed in the same place. In the single spot he placed these two elements. Okay. So here this is against the rule, that all the places, all the elements were given a single spot, but these two elements were given arranged in a single spot. Okay, now this is not following the rules, this is not following the properties. This is one of the drawback. Again, one more drawback, you can find that iron, which is arranged in the last group, it does not resemble with the other elements. Okay, so these were the major drawbacks for Newlands. What are the drawbacks? The first one, till calcium the properties follows, after that it is not following. Second, he did not left any spot for new discoveries. And third one, few places he has arranged two elements in a single spot. Clear? These were the limitations. Okay, now your homework or the classwork task, as you say that you have 3 questions in the page 81. Okay, so you do it that. Clear? And before 7:30 in the evening, you just take the photo of the notes you have written, and then you again post it in the group. Clear? So thank you. Stay home, don't go out, and be safe. Okay, this is the only way that we can fight with the COVID virus. Thank you.